Guten Tag. Privet. Hello. We just be playing. We're gonna be playing. This was a interesting game. Beginning, I haven't recently released that because I don't know how to edit, and I've been learning. This guy is a lunar wolf. Yeah, he's a lunar wolf. He's a captain. Not the first. And interesting. This is a horse heresy. And it only started because one Primarch became an idiot.
For the Emperor!
And afterwards, it was more of an idiot. Alright. Ooh. That's all Thousand Sun. Yeah. Wait, wasn't Prospero bombed to death? Practically? That's what I remember, right? When I was reading the books, Prospero was, like, bombed to death, and, one of the Primarchs was, like, literally had his whole, back snapped. Yeah, it was, I forgot. Magnus Red. Pretty interesting, though. Ooh. Very umpog. And you make it even more umpog for him, because that is a, where you have to attack. We're making it more umpog for him, where he has to attack, even if he kills that one. And the bunkers can attack, but my regiment can't. So it's just more of a oof. Oof. The Sons of Horus, that's what Horus renamed his whole chapter. Or his whole legion. Because he had a fit where he thought, you know what? I'm better than the God Emperor. And to prove it, I need to actually do it. And so he betrayed the Emperor, and afterwards the Emperor was like, oh no, it didn't even know it, partially, because he already had like visions of his whole bad past that was going to happen again. And afterwards, like, a few commanders survived the Innsmouth massacre, which was the planet that was getting conquered during the Great Crusade, and basically they said, yeah, no, oh, buddy, the ones that at least survived. And after it became literal guerrilla warfare until this, which is really funny because, number one, why would you why would you have like such disloyal sons, right? Well, it really wasn't his fault, but partially was the Emperor's fault. That means that's more of an idiot making things and becoming more of an idiot. He's technically the smartest and the oldest man in existence, but not really. Like, I mean, he has so many faults. Like, he didn't have to confront Horus. Well, I mean, the books they say he did, but I mean, like, he was the god of mankind, the guy who like controls the whole empire. Literally a god saying, you know, I have to face my son. Like, you don't. He was just an idiot and thought, you know what? It would be great if I faced my son and afterwards get turned into a giant skeleton on a golden throne. Because, I mean, he could have been an able body on the throne, right? But he became a useless body on a throne because he said, you know what? Today let's become a broken husk of myself. And after that, I think that's just hilarious. Because people don't generally think, you know what? I want to get injured today. Yeah, I mean, like, heal the primordial so he can, like, regrow. But, I mean, we haven't seen a Vulcan in the whole timeline of 40k, and literally, since he became disappeared. Like, he was destroyed. So I mean, yeah, it may take a while, but he's been killed by all the other by many other Primarchs. I mean, it didn't take them that long. So to me, it's just more like, oh no, there's being stupid PDK instead of an actual reasoning, which I think is stupid and absurd. Like, come on, if you already have it, then do it again. He just wants to become a god for some reason. Even though being a god means you have to fight other gods in 40k for some reason. The only reason that you want to become a god in 40k is because you don't know what being a god is, like probably like the Emperor or something like that, because it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really make sense. That's 9. What's this for 6? That right? Yeah, that's, I don't know, sabotage him. I guess that. Didn't really do anything. Oh my god, 9 attack. I might die in a few turns. Oh no. There's probably only gonna be 2 rounds anyways. That's a big boy hit. That one. That one. Then that one. There. I'll live. No, I won't. Ah! I failed. They literally just need this card, and after I'm dead. But if he doesn't see it, but he might have something else. Does he want to toy with me or what? Let's see, folks. Yeah. Yeah, I already knew it. It's interesting. To me, it's interesting. For the Imperium is just stupid. It in so many ways of like illogical fallacies. Like, oh no, because they're like most things that like don't appear, like, I don't know, oh like help refixing the Emperor or something like that is like hard, yeah. But I mean like the small things, like, oh yeah, we want to be chaos, then why wouldn't you like want to like use one? Like I saw like the one of the actual Imperial people. Oh, I forgot his name. It was like one of the chapters that went rogue, and I think it was the Sabbath War or something like that, or the Maelstrom is wanted to just destroy it, but they didn't help him, and so there's a whole war because they just keep boosting his numbers and not giving GC. So to me, it's just really stupid, because I mean, you have all these people helping you, but afterwards you won't help them. And the whole Imperium's already messed up, so why in the first place, right? Because I don't think, oh hey, you know what? We're in a giant sprawling empire. I'm not gonna help them. You know what? I just won't help anyone. And it's more like that. What a funky people. The Emperor's Children. I used to be my favorite Legion. Just so you know. I used to be a fanboy for them. Because they're cool. They have the coolest paint scheme, okay? You have gold, pink, or purple, and you are the only Legion to ever use the two-headed eagle. Like, they were the coolest. But I mean, they went so wrong in so many ways. Come on, like they did first blood orgies and perfection. After their Primarch got cursed and like entangled in badness, it was just basically, it's basically just like how addiction acts. Like, you get into it so much that you delve into the depravity so much. Killing himself. It is a bot, I already know this story. You don't have to put any comments. Silly little commenters. I know it's a bot. I just enjoy talking. Huh, we haven't gotten a book. Oh. Basically, why not right now is I read the Book of Dominus and a few others. They're all good. But I'd never understand what the Indominus Crusade is. If the Imperium's so big and powerful, why is it taking them so long? Like, yeah, I understand, like, forces because of the split, because of the Voluntadia. Everyone knows that if you're just in the basics of Warhammer. But I mean, it still shouldn't take a long time. Like, I mean, look at the Imperium. It is giant. It is by far the biggest. It is the place or empire on the map right now. And all they're like is, nah. Right? So I don't understand it. And also, I just don't understand, like, you were so good and after you're so bad. It's like, junk food. You were so good to me, now you're so bad. And I was like, why? It doesn't make sense. But I mean, and that's what makes them so, like, good of a faction. You want them to be good again. Like, no one really cares if, like, the Death Guard are going to improve. Like, come on. And the Mortarion already partially disliked the, Emperor. But Fulgrim was the complete opposite. He adored him. So it was more like, why did you fall? You would have been such a good piece. But they know this card. Jump through. But what I think is, if we just use that, probably this one, and this one, and after is probably, sure. After I still have a little bit of time to troll, see. Look at the little commander. He wasn't just, I'll say that. I didn't really understand, like, the whole point of, like, why do you have legions to fall? I'm not with that. I don't care. I just like talking. You know, I like talking. That's what I'm doing. I see other YouTube videos that are saying, oh no, the Emperor will, like, he'll have, one of his other primers come back. But also I'm thinking is, there's two traitor Primarchs, right? So they already brought back two, like, Primarch level entities. Like, they brought back Roboto Gilliman. I always call him Roboto. Oh, Gilliman. And Ball, right? Like, the Menace Fist is and the Sanguinar. Like, some YouTubers say it's a connection of, like, Sanguinius combined. I just think they're two, like, god level Pokemon cards that were released by the Imperium. Because, number one, the Vaults of Terror has so many things, they could have already had them. And they could have been, like, false gods that would come back, or, like, demigods. That's what I think. Because it doesn't really make sense that a soul is split into two, because it's already two. Because there would be, like, some signs. Well, technically, there might have been, like, him with wings, making him a almost more than bipedal. What would we call it if we found bipedal? Hexapedal or quadrupedal because he could fly. But I still don't make. But it doesn't really make a good point when you're like, oh hey, he has wings, but there is the rest have like these giant superpowers. This is like one of his superpowers. Like imagine a superhero, and that's what is Sanguine was. He was. It wasn't like, oh no, he's not a superhero. That is a different thing, right? It doesn't make sense. So what will probably happen is, well, they're already bringing out the coolest things of Angron. I liked Angron. I liked Angron because I read I think, yeah. I liked Angron because he was always that angry Primarch. Like, he wasn't like, oh no, oh, I have to be all tactical. No, it's just, he was an idiot, and everyone knew he was an idiot, and people partially liked that, and I liked that as well, because, I mean, it was more of like, you have just a Primarch that's just pure chaos, but it's supposed to be good at. Didn't make sense, but I loved it. I mean, it wasn't like, it wasn't like other Primarchs, so I guess I gotta say that. Disperse it. Okay? It wasn't like other Primarchs, and I liked them. I liked the, World Eaters. They weren't my favorite, but they were, like, really close to, and they still are, because I liked their paint scheme, because they had such a unique paint scheme. Because all the rest had like very like high bright colors or really cool colors, like the white scars, which should get more attention to know. Really cool. I mean, like Mongolians. Come on, who doesn't think those are cool? Or I'm just a big nerd. I would accept it. I just enjoy that. Angron getting out shine because no one really played the World Years in the Horus Heresy game. Like I never see like, oh yeah, World Years. No, I mostly see, oh yeah, I want to play as Sons of Horus or aka the Black Legion if you're playing 40k, not Horus Heresy, or like some other one. Like they never got enough love. Like you would get like, oh yeah, they would get this, but they wouldn't get like enough. It wasn't even tough love. They just got none, and I felt bad for them. Like you got this giant Primarch who isn't that strong, but is like a berserker, but has some emotion, like not a lot. And after he barely bonds with others, but the ones that he did, there was like actual memorable moments of. Like it wasn't just like, oh yeah, let's just get these two basic Primarchs like Rupute Gilman in and let's say Dorn, and to say, you know what, they like each other without any reason. They like each other, and after it's like, hold up, why should they like each other? They are literally practically like different spheres. One's about building and defending the Imperium, and the other is literally changing the Imperium's doctrine of having less troops, having less things, and commanding less. But Dorn's whole principle was defending the Imperium, but you have to command a lot to defend the Imperium. And, but partially is saying that like everyone understands, like, oh yeah, they're brothers and they're brothers in love. I just still think it's stupid. I just dislike them. I just dislike Dorn. Because there isn't a lot with Dorn. Like, you have, like, okay, he's big and powerful. He has golden armor, and he was the Praetorian of the Imperium. Good, right? But there wasn't a lot of others, like, things. Like, I didn't see, like, oh yeah, the Imperium had, like, this or this. Because, like, Logar and all the other ones that was, like, supposed to be it, I guess, was boring. Like they didn't have as much character. There's like filler primaries. That's what they feel like. Like Jedi Khan feels like a filler Primarch. Same with Ferris Madness, which is my I think Third Legion is the coolest is the Iron Hands. Like I mean, their this whole principle is cool. They just have like one of the coolest principles. Well, is it because like all the rest are just like, oh yeah, for the Emperor and stuff. The Alpha Legion are pretty cool, Legion 2, but everyone knows that. So I mean, they're like a basic go-to, like, oh yeah, I like the Alpha. Because everyone knows them. Yeah, they come from the poisonous Proto Barbars. And Mortarion didn't defeat his father, so he hates the Emperor. Is that Dante? Hold up, is that Dante? It's alright. That's good. Is that Dante? I don't know, is that Dante? It looks like someone that's grinded this game. And his card colors are the Iron Hands, like I just said. The other filler Primarchs are let me think.
For the Emperor.
Yeah.
I am master of the Sanguinary God.
Azokon. I don't know a lot of other, but those are like the two major ones. Because I would say Magnus the Red was a filler Primarch until they came back onto the scene. It was like, whoa, right? It wasn't just like, oh no, he's a filler Primarch, but now he isn't. They are or not, and that's why I enjoy it. Okay. Oh no. If you know a little about Ball, Sundus, or the Primarch, the Sanguinian ones, I read the devastation of Ball, and it was pretty sad. Because the people are basically like husk of what a human on like, let's say Acadia, which has had multiple attacks of chaos, us would have, right? So I mean, it's like, whoa. I guess they are like desensitized towards it, but I mean, like, Ball Sundus was attacked by the Tyrannus. Like, you just don't like skin off and say, you know what, I was a planet that survived the attack of the Tyrannus. Unless you were a Necron Tomb world, you would have died. Like, come on. Isn't it like, yeah, I did this in my sleep. It was like, yeah, I almost died. And I'm almost proud of that. Where's that? No, I was correct. That's the Iron Hands. Because the Imperial Fist have also a fist, was it? But actually, let me see. No, that's the fist. Imperial Fist. But I still think it might be the Iron Hands. I don't know. It looks more like an Iron Hand symbol because they have gray instead of black, white, and yellow. To me, the sync is stupid for like players, specifically for like Warhammer, to like complain about things. Like, I understand people. I understand. Like, yeah, too expensive. I know this. I'm a teenager wanting to buy stuff, and I'm trying to put them into my cart, and after I'm like, oh no, this is a bit too much I can pay for. And after it's like, man, right? $200 is a bit too much for me, buddy. If I want to build an army. You want that Mortarion figure? But you can't get his, like his bodyguards. And after it's like, darn it, buddy. But it's always been like that, so I'm not, like, going to complain about it. Like, I mean, it's a hobby. It's something that you join into. I understand, like, yeah, prices may be high. But, I mean, to me, it's just more like, yeah, prices may be high, but at least you get, like, good materialistic things. You aren't getting, like, some crappy little toy that your children will bite up and chew and just break. It can never want. No, you're supposed to like actually use these. You're you're supposed to, oh no, probably not get them in the hands of children because they're made out of resin, and the paint might be toxic. I've never. Anyways, I don't know any other plot Primarchs. The only one I would say would be definitely a plot Primarch would be definitely is like overuse a plot would be probably I'm just going to say this, but people will probably hate me for it. Sanguinius. Like I just think indefinitely is just a plot Primarch because there's no entangled like, oh yeah, this guy has to die. It was just more like he had to because I wanted him to. It wasn't more like he had to because there's like an inherent, you know what? This dude, he had to, man. It was more like that dude. He probably didn't deserve it, but he's just probably a plot for like the Blood Angels, and like for another Primarch dying. Because Ferris Manus already died. And a few other Primarchs that have died. It sprouted. Like, Angron was turned into a Mad Max demon because Logar said, you don't want to die, but Angron has always wanted to die. So it's just more like, oh no. That's good. A Calcelix. Nice. I'm gonna die. I'm pulling up for it though. Is this interesting to me? Because the Imperium is just generally into the nitty gritty of like, oh yeah, I have to. Like because saying a controversy for single reason, for saying when it's a plot. Yeah, people really like to into this, but I don't. Like they just don't make sense. Okay. Because their Primarch was literally just a crazed person. No! A borax! Okay, I want to see what it is. That's cool. A cool thing, you know? But I will say, like, I don't think that Primarch, like, really even has any value. I mean, it should, right? It was just more like, okay, I have this power of flight and everything that was everything loved because I do. It wasn't like because yeah, there's still story with English. There's just stories with all of them. But I mean, like for like the whole like story in general, because it's more like a plot. Yes, Legion did assault and everything. Yeah, there was Siege of Terra, but he died. Afterwards, in 40k. They more talk about his sons turning into cannibals and not them being like, oh yeah, we are the pride of the Imperium, we are one of the greatest legions. No, it's more like, oh no, we have to hide from the rest of our cousins practically, of every legion of us being cannibals or else we would die. Like, doesn't make sense, right? To me at least, because it's like, why? Why do you get a Primarch to just be like, oh hey, to give my sons cannibalism? And that's what I just see it as. I don't see it as like, oh yeah, this person, he's important. Because he doesn't look important. The only thing that looked really important to like the casual experience the downfall of Horus in the whole like Horus heresy, it was inherently the Primarchs, most of the Primarchs being lost, and the traitors escaping and having their lives, so making the Imperium on a bad foot, and them not having enough. Like that's all it was. It wasn't the Imperium like having any resort of like, oh yeah, I want to be a better Imperium. No, it was more like, oh hey, I found this Imperium and I am now lost inside the webway, at least for that guy. But I mean, it's just more of that like story of like, oh hey, I'm just here. they weren't here for anything else, you know. They weren't here for, the Imperium. No, they're just there because they can. And that's what it felt like. I'm gonna die. Until I figure out 5 and 4 equals 9. Plus that would already be 11. Unless he wants to play it. Bro, it doesn't matter. I have 9 health. Unless he wants to play. Which he probably does. Oh, he's trying to, like, Gigamax his troops so he can kill me. Like, what is this? I don't have, like, a... Haha! I have my revive card! Like, I'm literally playing as the base character at this point. I just dislike it. I just dislike saying things that people that like think inherently bad. Like, I inherently think that Sanguinius was just a filler character. Because it doesn't make sense, right? Not really for the plot, everyone knows it, but I mean, it wasn't like the Imperium would have died without him. And yeah, they wouldn't have not died without a lot of things. But, I mean, like, there was this Legion that is like a main character. Sanguinius himself was just like the plot character to make the main character a lot more better. That's what I see him as. I don't see the Imperium inherently having like a giant skill. Really weird to play as a Blood Angel and have so many chaos powers. But anyways, this is just me ranting on YouTube because I can, and what are you going to do about it? Right? You understand what ranting is, right? But I think that's all, because, you know, well, thank you if you were, listening, right? Thank you very much, and, I don't know, if you want to keep listening, then just, I don't know, wait. Anyways, au revoir, bonsoir.